I'm Matthew Rajendra. I'm the Accreditation Board Chairman for Green Climate Initiative, and I'm also the CEO of Green Datacentres. So Green Data Center is a must-have today, in today's world. Reason being is because climate change is inevitable. You can't escape climate change anymore. And because data centers are so integral in using up so much of the world's energy and moving forward even more, so it's very important at the most basic level that data centers use energy rationally. We're not asking data centers to reduce drastically. We understand them, use it rationally, just like how you would in your home. For example, you have a bedroom with the aircon on. Would you leave the door open with the aircon on, right? So simple, basic principles of physics should be adhered to in a data center. And you know what's the sad part? They don't. A lot of them don't. Well, first things first, the size of data centers can only become smaller if the density per rack increases. In order for the density of the rack, let's say right now it's 5 kilowatts per rack, you want to ramp it up to 20, 50 kilowatts per rack, then you need really next generation cooling. You need cooling that can handle that amount of heat per rack. And so liquid cooling, fluid submersion cooling, that are things that will help to make your data centers smaller. I think the location of data center is going to be very important as well, because fossil fuel is going to run out. Sooner or later, it's not unlimited. So we are looking at, the International Energy Agency is looking at fossil fuels to run out by the next 25, 30 years. So then hence comes the locality of your data centers, where you're going to build it. And that's why nuclear energy could be one of the ways forward, pretty much. You know, there's an interesting concept that I've always been intrigued with. You see, when you build a data center in a country, you are bound by the regulations of that country. But some countries have created this embassy sort of environment where you can set up a data center there, but it's a sovereign sort of embassy privileges, right? Because otherwise anyone from the government will be able to come and do a raid on your data center, and you're subjected to a lot of compliance and stuff like that. What about building a data center in space? So a data center that is rotating just like a satellite. So it is in geo orbit, in low orbit, they call it LEO or geo orbit, and it's actually rotating, and it doesn't belong to any country's boundary. And it is available all the time, and because it is out of space, in orbit, it doesn't meet that same sort of requirement for cooling and all that for a typical data center. To do away with data centers, no way. We are pushing for semiconductor and rare earths, and that is going to be enough for us for chips, semiconductors, for easily 1-2 decades down the road. So. For me, when I first started this about 15 years ago, I only had one mantra: government leads by example. If the government of the day doesn't lead by example, no one else is going to follow. Industry is not going to follow. So, and rightfully so, the Malaysian government has been so proactive in this. In Malaysia, DCCI, we have certified about 62 data centers, out of which 40 are actually government data centers. And they are green. And we're talking about PUE of between 1.3 something to 1.5 something. That's green. So government lead by example. That would be one of the main things. Of course, you have the ever-present MDAC, MC. These are guys who are not working in silo anymore. They used to, not anymore. So now they are synergizing, and they are actually creating a much better ecosystem. You're good. I think you've got a good audience profile. And I think it was quite interactive in that sense as well. So barring some of the normal logistics issues and so on, I think it's pretty good. Congratulations. Refreshing.